Oh, hi. I'm glad you could make it. It's Friday, you bastards. Oh, Lord. Now, of course, being Friday and blowing off, the weekend with my missus, this is my weekend to write, to get Lizard Jane finished. Oh, you haven't... I'll tell you what, 18 subscriptions to my Substack yesterday. Loving a bit of that. But Lizard Jane will get finished and I'll get some work on my novel. What that means is I'll have a migraine later and it'll ruin me till about Sunday afternoon. So yeah. The other good news, of course, is we'll get 2 streams a day over the weekend because most of my work's done at night anyway. My writing work, not my day job. I've already done fucking 5 hours of that. Up again at the crack of dawn. Not that dawn because that would be ridiculous. But yeah, true to my word. Went to bed at about 2:30. Hark at that. There's a saying in Narcotics Anonymous. Well, there's a lot. And most of them are disgusting platitudes that no one will ever need. I don't know. Someone might have got something out of some of them. Maybe the ones that I like, other people don't. Let's be nice. Let's be kind. Let's be understanding. Let's appreciate differences. However, one of them's brilliant. If nothing changes, nothing changes. It's glorious. It's glorious. Because if you've identified a problem, like I did, I'm spending far too long awake. It's all through the night because I get to be alone. I get to indulge my isolation, which has other negative effects on me being a social creature. But then it leaves me tired and a little bit psychologically isolated during the day, which is kind of, it's like it backfires terribly. So for the last 2 nights, I've been to bed early and got up early, and it was lovely again this morning. Again, I told you yesterday that because there was a bit of roadworks or some shit, I don't quite know, excuse me, English, not quite sure why, but we had to go the Riverside way, and it was beautiful driving down by the Mekong. I was just thinking, this is marvelous. And, the sunlight, and, it's 34 degrees here today. And it was about that at like 9:30 this morning. Spent the night with my missus, went out to a restaurant, got an email from someone I haven't talked to for 15 years. Didn't even say hello, Chris. I knew it was from because he signed it. Check this out. Haven't heard from this old sort of friend. One of those blokes you knock about with for a few months and then slowly sort of start thinking, yeah, I don't know actually about you. Bye. And 15 years later, I was proved right to separate from him because he didn't say hello, Chris. All he said, just get this into perspective. First email in 15 years. Can you make what was it? Hang on. Can you make a deadly knife using human blood? Do I need to tell the police? And then it was just his name, John. And it is John. Can you make it might have been fatal. It's deadly. Can you make a deadly knife out of human blood? I mean, I can almost understand the symbolism of stabbing someone with a knife made out of dead blood, especially if it was their dead blood. That's quite the story, isn't it? That's quite a Stephen King. Every night when you're having a cup of tea with your neighbour, you drop a couple of tranquilizers into her tea. When she's asleep, you let yourself in, draw a couple of cc's of blood, go home, spray it into your mould, let it dry, do that for about 6 months. And then one day when you finally got us, maybe that's why they called them scabbards. And then one day go around and go, I'm going to kill you with your own blood. Needless to say, I haven't replied to him yet. There will be a reply because there's a chance a life might be saved. But, you know, a little tip I'm going to give you all. When you get emails, reviews, criticisms, comments, anything that isn't either neutral or positive, give yourself 24 hours. Because if you reply when you're in emotion, that emotion will dominate your reply. And that's when about 2 hours later, when the emotion has calmed down a bit, you're like, fuck, why did I write that? You know, with writing, one of the things that distinguishes it from speaking, certainly in terms of presence and temporality, is that you can spend time thinking about it. Can you make a deadly knife out of real blood? Of course, I've looked into it, and it would apparently you probably could. You probably could. I mean, imagine, you know, if you're locked up and you're trying to make a shank, and you know you're having a bit of trouble with the bed or whatever you're trying to make it out of, and then some bloke comes in and just goes, use blood, make a mold and use blood. I reckon you can. I honestly think you can. I remember years ago, a mate of mine had a bit of trouble with the old David Icke's, and he was covered in claret. And he got this bit of tissue and he's mopped it all up off his arms. And it looked like a red handkerchief. And he just sort of threw it. Thanks, mate. It's just cheers. And nature of the beast and that existence, that bit of tissue didn't get touched for months. And I remember one day I thought, right, it's time to clean the place up. It's time to have a tidy up. I know tidying up your house is a nightmare because a year later you got to do it all again. Friday. These jokes are rehearsed, have been used before on this channel. But when I finally picked it up, it was hard. It was hard. Now, I'm not saying you can stab someone with a blooded tissue, but I might say that later. Maybe I'll do some tests. Maybe I'll see if Grego called me a shanker. Shanker. Raymond loves the smell of cravats early in the morning. Well, Raymond, it isn't actually a cravat. If I've got one handy, I'll show you the difference. Just for a bit of education. Or maybe you know that. Maybe you know it. And let me put some light on. I've got my pants on today, boys. I will tactically use the cravat to cover up the penile area because although there are buttons there, it does tend to poke its head out. It's a curious little man. So, where have I got to just backtrack? Blood knife, staying up, seeing something lovely. I don't know. This isn't going to be a clips and memes stream. Let me just say that now. Although Rags, as usual, provided a fascinating and fantastic selection, Friday morning, I think it's just a Scrubs chat. I'm gonna be doing more Scrubs chats. You know, little stories that I remember, engaging more with the chat because it was getting a bit formulaic. Here's some clips. Here's what I think. Here's a clip. Here's what I think. Here's the memes. Here's the music, ta-da. And I think because we've built such a good community here, I think we should actually use that a bit more. You know, we can do it. We can get through an hour and a half just chatting. Of course we can. And I think occasionally we should. I think, I tell you what it came from. I was getting a load of emails, people going, oh, you've been on fire lately. And I really was. You know, I know that there's enough of you in the chat who wrote such an email. You know, and they were saying things like, I really like the banter and the chat in between the clips and that. That's what keeps me at your channel. And I thought, yeah, you know, you're all sitting in front of a computer of some sort, you know, and a lot of the stuff I show you, I think most of you would have probably seen already. Obviously, not the more obscure stuff, but I certainly think there's a place for slightly more diversity. And so these nights, you know, especially on a Friday, come on. Trouble with the Dykes. Oh God, I can't remember that. Hello John. Hello Chris. Hello Nick. No murder weapon like the icicle knife idea. There you go. But I don't think the blood knife would break down. Maybe if it was, I don't think YouTube would appreciate us trying to work out the perfect murder. Blaming you. Yeah, Nick. Hello, Matt. Good to see you. Yeah, it is. It is a proper early one. Kajettle's on the firm. Zen's in. I mean, is there anyone who doesn't know who today's featured scrub is? I'll be bloody surprised. This one isn't really a guess, is it? This is just, oh, it's him. Apologies for the hard saw-like left edge. You won't appreciate that. But he has kind of got a hard saw-like left edge. Anyone not know who that is? Hello, Mr. Salmon. Hello, Pags. Broken Silence is on the firm too. John says diversity hires needed. We only have Eunice, Cecil, and Loyalist. Oh no, you're forgetting Chona. You're forgetting. Oh balls! Oh God, there's Eunice. Of course it is, Mega Essex boy. Of course it is. Look at him. Boom. Hello, Baz. Lots of blood for contracting iron. Lot of blood for contract. I don't know what that means, but I like it and I like you. Hello, historical doppelganger. Hello, Mr. MF. You can tell him that, Emma. He's a bit bigger than me. Hello, Field Marshal Browning. Hoyt to that. Love, everyone. We have family here to celebrate 4 of our birthdays that fall within 3 weeks. Lamb spit and super duper fresh veggies from Our Patch. Oh, I do like that song, Our Patch by Jim Noir. Nice one, Dawn. That sounds fantastic. Are you doing the cooking or is everyone chipping in a little bit? I bet it's just you in it, but I bet you like that. I'll do the cooking. Amazing. Imagine feeding your family on their birthdays from your own grown vegetables. Is that lamb from your own patch as well? Because I know you've got a few of those running about. Nice one, Dawn. Much appreciated. It's not Ball Mumford's old man. No, it's not Pags. It's bloody Mega Essex boy, 100%. It's not you, Baz. It's not the English loyalist. Oh, unless Baz is playing the diversity card. Hello, Windy. Nice to see you. Mr. Piper, anyone seen the new film Mother? Controversial, mind-bending trip. Have it, Chris. Nice one, Raymond. Well, I got a film. I've got to remember what it's called. I think it's called Angst. Now, people were mentioning the house that Jack built, and my friend Lindsay, hoit to you, Lindsay, was suggesting that angst is the serial killer. I mean, Lindsay said it's no man bites dog, but nothing is man bites dog. That set the bar so high, no one even ever bothered going near it. I have to say that I am tired. Getting up early, all of a sudden, after like 20 years of not, is having an effect. But people are, I haven't seen Mother, no, but Lindsay's telling me angst. Says it's one of the best unseen films ever. Has anyone seen angst? We might have a look at the trailer in a minute, but weirdly, trailers, which are adverts, can get you blocked. Oh, I'm sorry I advertised your film for you. the cultural logic of late corporate capitalism. Hi, I showed 150 people your film trailer so that you can penalise me. Nice one, Raymond. Nice one, Dawn. Let's do this cravat scarf malarkey. Now, this scarf, as you see, is ropey. Whereas if you look at the end, it's rather wide. I mean, I think the actual width of it would surprise you all. That's the actual width. But it takes a lot of wearing, not washing and not ironing to get that natural kind of, squashed effect. Now, if you don't have that natural squashed effect and it's all like that around your neck, it's just too much cloth. So what you do is there's no pattern to it. There's no shape to it. It's just, I mean, what's that? 5 inches. 5 inch. I can lose Mega Essex Boy now. I think we've seen that. It's 5 inches for the duration, which I know is a temporal measure, but you know what I mean. And there you go, about just over 1 meter long. So what you do, you tie it like an half Windsor. So longer on the right, go over. I think I told you this the other day. Usually you put 2 fingers there, and if it was half Windsor, you'd tuck that bit in there. So it's like a skirt, like a tie. Now you can actually wear it like that if you want, right? Like a tie. But obviously you let these a bit free flowing. It's a bit more dandy than a tie. But what you do, instead of tucking it in there, you open it out, and then that is known as an ascot. Not the actual scarf, but the way of wearing it. That's an ascot, which does look a bit like a cravat. But I'll show you the difference between that and a cravat, because I've got a cravat right here. This is from New and Lingwood, Burlington Arcade, 100% silk. There you go. There's your New and Lingwood. If you go into Burlington Arcade on Piccadilly, go into New and Lingwood. I'm convinced they based the suits you, sir. Honestly, it's a very strange old school. It's where all the Eton boys get their their sportswear from and their dorm wear. It's the official shop of the Eton boys stuff. It's fucking expensive. But a cravat, which you can already see here, has got pleats in it. I mean, look at lovely pattern. I can show you the pattern probably a bit better on the wide bit. Look at that, it's a paisley. Now, so a cravat has got pleats in it, and can you see that stitching? There's actual stitching. Where is it? There. You can just see that there. See that? Just under my eye. That's to keep the pleats in place, right? So you can see that there's another bit of stitching there. I think there's 2 more bits of stitching. So there's 4 bits of stitching. And after the last one, it flares out into that. So there's the last bit of stitching there. So that's a cravat, like a flared V part. Then you've got the pleated section, 4 downward. What is that, 3? Looks like 3, actually. 3, but you do get 4s. Now to wear that, it's much the same trick. You put it on. It's as if you're going to be wearing a half Windsor. You put your finger there. And again, you can either wear it, if you've got a shirt on, and of course you've got more material to work with. So if you've got a shirt on, that will fill the inside of your collars, and then the shirt comes down here. Don't do your button up to here. It looks awful. Have that second button open so your shirt's sort of coming down here. And that's worn like an ascot. You can wear it like a tie, but it's a bit of a feminine thing. Women will tend to wear cravats like a tie. So you put it through there like a half Windsor, and then you can just bring it up. And that, it still looks nice, but not the t-shirt so much. And then you've got your flary bits down there. Yeah. So that's the difference between a cravat and a scarf. But they're both essentially tied the same way in today's example. And this is English style. This is from the classic style, which wasn't Italian, isn't French. The Italians copied us. When you talk to even English people, it really annoys me when you talk about a nice suit and they go, yeah, I love all those Italian suits. And you're like, who? Now, don't get me wrong. There are some incredible Italian tailors, but no one will know their names unless they've made you a suit. And then people go, oh, Armani. You ever seen an Armani suit? Fucking hell. Steady on. Oh, I'm actually doing it wrong here. What am I doing? Oh, God, too much mouth, not enough tying. Nice one for the donation, though, Raymond. And has anyone seen that movie Mother? I haven't. I haven't even heard of it. I mean, Mother's already a bit dodged. The new SUBSTACK story, Lizard Jane. What the fuck am I doing? I literally cannot do two things at once. The new SUBSTACK story, Lizard Jane, is very much about sons and mothers. There you go. We're gonna have to cope. We're gonna have to go with that. Leave it all messy. Anyway, where are we? It is not Stefan Molyneux. I mean, anyone want to take the piss out of the fella? Just crack on. I'm sure he'll be making notes and he'll flick you out of the way. Richard, I enjoyed your feature on the 3D fight card. What a palaver. For people who don't know, Richard's got a channel, Podcast Wars, and he sort of summarizes all these hard men there's this sort of, it starts with Sean Atwood and James English, and then it peters right down to Dr. Rackpool. Two of my lieutenants are in a bit of trouble. Duty calls. I'm going to the old bill shop. Anyway, they're setting up like a live, proper pay-per-view fight. Now, competing on the same time and day with the UFC might be seen as a slight error. It's like having a charity football match at the World Cup final. And there was a couple of sucker punches in the presser. And now one bloke's banned. I think another bloke's banned. So there were going to be 3 fights. I think now there's one. It ain't looking good. Yeah. I can't see Frank Warren particularly concerned at this stage. Hello, Telford. Good to see you. All right, what's the name? Hello, Ben. Ludwig's on the firm. All right, Buster Brook, off to the gym. Watch it in the gym, son. Bunnings is keeping an eye on the likes issue. Smirking Grapes here. Nice one. Grego said he heard I wrote the sequel, the screenplay for the sequel, Man Shags Dog. The boy Craig can't make it due to family commitments. That's all right. We will exempt him from punishment this time. Hello, Historical Doppelganger. John B. Pags has got a new avatar he wants to show off. I've got some little photos for you, actually, quite interesting. Hello, Yendor. Nice to see you. Honey Monsters on the firm. Lars in time. Jay's is keeping things busy over there on Twitch. Good to see. Good to see. Matt D, Emma G, Dangers Friday Fashion Tips. Ping. I'll take that. I'm going to read something out about you today, Emma, and it's going to make you blush. Lovely, though. Absolutely lovely. Guess what, people? While we're on that, so I got this vape, and I don't like coiled vapes because you have to buy coils for them rather than make your own, and you can't get the coils for this out here. So went online, ordered a load of them, thought, well, because for me to buy things from England, they have to go to my business. I have to build up loads and loads of things that I've bought, which can take 2 or 3 months just to make it financially viable to FedEx it, who ring me up because I don't have an address. And, of course, I've got the wrong coils. Yeah. Now, I hope they'll take them back. But that's nice. I thought I had a Zeus. It doesn't matter, but I'm waiting for an email back from them. A, asking if they'll take them back, the wrong ones, and B, asking what are the ones I want. Secretly, I'm hoping they'll say, oh, no, they'll fit that one. It's much the same. But I also think that won't happen. That's wishful thinking. But you know what? Even when I bought them, I thought, you don't know what you're buying. You're improvising this, and it's going to bite you in the bum. And guess what's happened? Nonetheless, there's worse things happen at sea. Now, I've got something a little bit awkward and that I feel a bit bad about. And I'm going to say it because the longer it goes on, the worse it gets. Right, pay attention. This is quite serious. It's very serious. Someone in the scrubs was diagnosed with cancer, and they told us a few weeks ago, and I forgot who it is. Now, my mother had cancer, and it was quite the unpleasant time. And I think I just kind of moved on from it because I didn't really know what to say to the scrub in question. If that scrub in question would like to remind me, even if you just want to send me an email, but I feel shit that I forgot, and I don't want to forget because you matter to me. So I just wanted to put that out there. Yeah, we're going to have a look at that right now. We're going to have a little look at that. But before we get there, let's have a look at a couple of these pictures. Let me just get through these. Oh, yeah, I was told you weren't coming. Your excuses were made for you. Maybe you ain't here. Maybe you're in a car or something. Master Ben attended to the spit, and I did the veggies and salad. My gorgeous daughter-in-law is a vegetarian, so I made my trademark guacamole. Or I do like a bit of guacamole. That's lovely, Steve. It's always good to know. No wonder my channel doesn't work, doesn't grow because not even my actual subscribers get notified, let alone anyone else. Hello, Ludwig. All right, Hayden. Oh, okay. Look at that. Look at the dedication to the cause. He's out busy. Well, don't feel the need to type when you're busy, mate. I would not want any accidents to happen. Hello, Linda. Guacamole with a sausage in it. Sounds disgusting. Hello, Chef Bang Studios. Are you new in these parts? Nice to see you. More than welcome. Hello, Clark. Right, I'm going to show you something. Guess what a scrub had put on their wall? I'll show you the little picture first. Have a look at this. They had it blown up and put on the bedroom wall. See that? Yes, Clark, it definitely is. I think, I didn't even go through who is it. I think everyone knew. Hello, Little Red. Nice to see you. All right, King Corona. I'll show you the bigger picture. How nice is this? Look, blown up and framed. That was done by 42, who is the other half of Emma G. And Emma G put her thumbnail in, and to much critical and aesthetic, sensual, essentially, acclaim, and he had it blown up, and along with his Union flag, has got it on his bedroom wall. It's lovely, isn't it? I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about having my mug looking down at me. Look, Grego wants to digitize it and start making money out of it. Linda's out. Sorry, more Circle of Doom than content. I am out. Sorry, more Circle of Doom than content. Adios, scrub amigos. I don't know what that means. What, you've had enough? You've left the glorious house of Scrubs? Help us out with that, people. What's happening? I don't really know what's going on there. Linda's absolute OG. I don't know what's happening. Is this a Circle of Doom? Oh, she's buffering. Look how paranoid I get immediately. Oh, okay. I thought she was saying this is more a Circle of Doom than content. Don't worry, it all goes back to my mother. Yeah, I've just learnt that, the old Circle of Doom. Isn't that interesting how I went straight there? Yeah, nice one, Nick. Nice one, Poke the Bear. Nice one for reading my story. I'm assuming it was you. You didn't like it, did you? Don't like my style. That's all right, though. That's how it goes, isn't it? Part of the game. I wouldn't like to be an everyman kind of writer. Melvin, Doomerfield. Yeah, well, there you go, Glenn. I'm there you go, and so did Hayden. Thanks. That's really, yeah. But John, hang on a minute, John. Glenn and Hayden were with me on that as well. And King Corona went straight there. So you accuse one, you accuse many, John. Grego said we'd all be out if it was just content. Now, John, I'm not going to argue that I'm not insane. That would be ridiculous. Baz wasn't sure. No, I bloody haven't had a bifter. No, I haven't. Hashtag was the same. Was the name was the same. Thank you for a little bit of support. Matt, no one leaves. Right, we've hit 100. We've hit over 100. Let me get the grift sorted out. We'll only take a couple of seconds. I'm going to read you 42's email. It's really lovely. Not all of it, because it's not all really lovely. But let me get the doors of griftation open wide, and then that entropy is on fire. Fire. Ba-ba. I bring you to burn. Ba-ba-ba. What was that called? What was that band called? The Amazing World of Arthur Brown or something like that, wasn't it? He's now a painter and decorator in Spain. Well, he was when I last read about him, but that could have been 30 years ago. He could be brown bread by now, for all I know. In Spain. Right, bish, bang, bop, boo, boo. I'm still sharing that. Shouldn't really be doing that, should I? Right, hang on a minute, people. Nearly there. Cling, bang. Just a little bit of pinning. Pinner. All I've got to do is trap that right there. Pin message. Message pinned. Pinner. So, all right, people, this is how it works. You know how it works. Hi. Welcome to the show. Welcome to this internet broadcast sensation. Here's how you can support this channel with a few quid. Super chat is the $ at the bottom of the chat. Entropy is pinned at the top of the chat. If you use Entropy, you don't give YouTube any money whatsoever. Entropy is good for that. Thank you to my SUBSTACK subscribers, all 5 of them, but that link's in the description. That's like a monthly thing. I think that's it, really. This isn't my full-time job, but I will be doing 2 streams a day, probably for the next 4 days. And I think they're going to be some sneaky late night ones while I'm procrastinating and not getting on with my novel. So that should be fun. Might even get 3 a day. You know, when I'm meant to be doing a novel, there's loads of streams and they're really long. But I do put a lot of time, effort, passion, and joie de vivre into my stream. So I do appreciate the odd donation, and I have to say you're a generous bunch. So thank you very much. And that's the grift. Right. Let me just grab this email. 42 said Emma's ears will go red. I don't particularly know what that phrase means, but, you know. No point ignoring it, is there? I don't know. It's nice when people are nice about people. You can't knock that, can you? I'm also hoping. What? And feel free to suggest what hoping means. That would be lovely. Let me tell. Hello, Tito. Nice to see you. Red ear syndrome. Emma says, when I blush, my ears go red. How was I meant to know that, though? Nice one, Mr. Hunter. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Entropy donations get their moment of glory in the sun because it's only fair. Because the super charters do too. And Roy says this. He goes, here's a couple of quid from Sufist. He's lurking as usual. Nice one, Sufist via Roy Hunter. I like the way you I like a collaboration donation. Carries more oomph. Tickled me, that did. Oomph. My mum likes saying that. It's just got a bit more oomph, isn't it? What, your vodka? She's lovely, really, if you're not her son. Now, while I'm pretending to look for 42's email, I'm actually opening the vape shop have written back to me and saying, no, those coils will work, but they haven't. So that's not good. Right, check this out. So, you know, I just showed you those pictures. In case you've just arrived. Oh, balls, I deleted them. In case you've just arrived, have a quick look at this. Emma G sent in a photo of herself, and there you go. That has then been blown up, put on a board and framed, and that's on the wall. It's quite cool because it's a good name as well, Sunday Morning Conscious Excursion. And that's 42's Mrs. Emma G, who's also a scrub. That's me there. That's a symbol of me there. So this is what he said in the email. Let me just have a hit of my vape. Farten tarten tay. Anglo-Saxon, hoit to that. Morning mucker. Nice one, mate. Machano Kaprashakaga. Thank you very much. Regular supporter of the channel. Incredible stuff. Machano Caprusha Tutu. Right, ready for this little bit of loving? Vart! Matt D. Hello, mate. The Yanks are joining the truck convoy. This could be huge. MSN and Trudeau in full attack mode. I saw, this is why I didn't want to do a news stream. Not condemning you for mentioning it. You can say anything you want in the chat, you know, and I try and involve people who aren't donating as well. But, you know, all this. What have you seen what Nancy Pelosi said about Ukraine? Oh, they should have their sovereignty, their border is their nation. You're like, hang on. And then all this nonsense as well. It's exciting stuff. The normies want their lives back. Nice one, Matt. Much appreciated. Right, this is from 42 and Emma G are a couple. You'll often see them in the chat talking to each other and ignoring us all. Hi, Chris. I just wanted to share these pics with you, the ones of the blown up thumbnail on the wall. I got the Emma G thumbnail printed a little over A3, put into a frame, and it now resides in my bedroom with my Union Banner quilt cover. Feel free to share the pics with the scrubs or not, up to you. For the record, the Emma, that's Emma G. I bet she's at home now going, it's lovely, don't worry, love. For the record, the Emma pic was taken on the night of my 25-year works due, which is kind of a big thing. And it is these days. It especially is these days to be working for the same place 25 years. You're doing something right. Hello, Losty CS. You're over there with Jays. We're all over on YouTube, but hang out on Twitch if that's what makes you happy. Nice to have you here. Anyway, it was taken on the night of my... Can you shut up? On the night of my 25-year works due, which is kind of a big thing. At 25 years service, the place I work give you a fancy watch and a night out, dinner and drinks with entertainment and a nice hotel. We booked a room and Emma took that selfie while I was at the bar getting her a Diet Coke for a mixer. I was, as always, proud as punch arriving at the event with Emma. How lovely is that? I was, as always, proud as punch arriving at the event with Emma. She must totally need those glasses because I'm punching above my weight. And if you read this on a stream, her ears will go totally red. Having that important event and fucking sexy pic linked with yourself and the amazing House of Scrubs where we feel so comfortable and welcomed in visual form is truly wonderful, and I thank you for doing that. We love the streams and the community here, and I just wanted you to know it is a Appreciatatoad. I actually said Appreciatanoad. Appreciatanoad. That's a nice angle on an old classic, and that was from 42. Loves you, Emma. You know it as well, which is even better. Lovely. I told him I'd read that out, so he's all good. Well, I hope he is. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Hello, Planet X Hunter. Good to see you. It is sweet, isn't it? Knife, please, Ben. Can you make a knife out of real blood? If anyone knows, let me know. I remember yesterday. We're getting 42s in the chat. Look at that. Even Emma done it. How's your red ears, Emma? Emma the red ear reindeer. I'm not sure if that was a very nice thing to say. We'll have to see how it goes. Right, hang on a minute. We ain't got long. We're already 43 minutes in. You remember yesterday I mentioned there was like a millennial entitled epitome of the entitled I'm fabulous, I can achieve anything on Dragon's Den. I really like Dragon's Den. I find it very, very entertaining. As someone who's been an entrepreneur since it was 2p to touch my goat skull, I do like watching people make the mistake of thinking they're excellent when actually they've stumbled at the basics. And that's what the whole entertainment of the show is. You know, read the comments. The people who enjoy it, it's never like, that was an excellent show when they gave them their money and signed them up and give them a contract. No. People are laughing at them. But when I saw this one, I'll have to go through my history, which, as you know, doesn't work. And I do watch a lot of YouTube, especially when I'm trying to find out what bleeding tank I've got. But I will find it. and I'll show you. I'll probably have to trim it out later because you can't show stuff. Do you remember when we used to have like decent copyright laws where you could use stuff if it was transformative, if it was critical? Not anymore. They just say, no, that's not transformative, or no, that's not critical. And then you're like, hello, The Last of Us. Been a while, mate. Nice to see you. Black pudding baton. Is that Ecky Thump? All right, let me see if I can find this anyway. Because what I want to show you, it's just like I said, it's just the epitome of the entitled. I mean, I'm part of the social media generation. I mean, I am social media. Social media is me, and you know, being the face of the brand. You know, how can it go wrong? And she's not being sarcastic. She's not being ironic. She's being entitled. She's been told she's excellent. She, you know, this is the effect of someone who's grown up getting participation medals, and now she's trying to participate in business. And when it comes down to the bottom line, and if none of you know this, the bottom line is literally the bottom line. It's on your end of year accounts. How much have you spent? How much is your staffing costs? How much have you paid this? How much have you paid on stock? How much has come in? Divide that by that, minus that from that. Then you get your gross profit, take away wages, all that stuff. The bottom line, that's your net profit. That's how much you've won. And I'll tell you this, if you've got a company that turns over about 10 mil, so you've got an annual revenue of about 10 mil, your bottom line will be about $1 million. And so when you get these loonies walk into Dragon's Den and go, I am offering a 10% equity in my business for 100,000. So they're valuing their business at $1 million. And then so you go, well, all right, what's your year's turnover? And they go, last year we turned over £38,000. And they think they're the dog's bollocks. And all the investors are like, 38 grand in a year. So in 10 years, you know, 380 grand. Let's assume a little bit of growth. Let's be generous and double that. 700 grand. You still haven't made $1 million in 10 years. That's double in turnover. And that's why they all get oofed off. But we've got to try and find this millennial, because I just think you're recognizing her so much about the things we talk about. But Lord, do I watch a lot of YouTube. When was I watching this? Why doesn't it tell me when I was watching it? Downtime is no good for anyone. Right, if I put dragons in there, that might round it down. But like I say, it doesn't work. It will say, no, you've watched none. And I know that I found it. Right, so a little bit of background. So because she's a millennial, because she's the best at everything in the world, she's made vegan. I've observed that there's a new trend with vegan stuff. Vegan treats. I mean, that's an oxymoron, isn't it? There's no vegan treats. It's the opposite. Anything vegan is the opposite of a treat. Don't get me wrong. I think in about 100 years, we won't be eating animals. And if we are, we'll be treating them a fuck lot better than we do today. But if decent money and time was spent, I mean, I've had some delicious vegetarian food, don't get me wrong. But if you want a treat, you want a Mars bar. You want a lemon meringue pie. I'll tell you what, Windy made me a lemon meringue pie once for my birthday. I think I ate all of it. It was about that big and all. So basically, she's just put fake chocolate, because you can't make chocolate without dairy. So it's fuck lot, faux lot, choc fake, fake a lot. There's a better one there somewhere. Feel free to contribute. Hello, Daz. Good to see you. Hello, Peanut Gallery. And then she's put a few nuts, that's vegan staple. And then about 60% sugar. Just eat a lump of sugar that I've painted with brown stuff that I'm calling chocolate. But I'm not taking the piss out of her business. It's just now look, if I get yeeted by Susan, 4 minutes the video comes back on. Oh, quick, everyone, stop. Hang on, what? Buy followers and viewers? Quick, hang on, where's my fucking debit card? Still, you're 10 years too late, mate. Right, they can go. It's up to you, does it? I don't mind the Ruskies so much because they're like, naked fanati. But you can buy followers here. Why? It worked years ago. I'd done it. I wrote an article about it in the Huffington Post, weirdly enough. Anyway, here is the epitome of this is what happens to people who have won participation medals all their life. They dream of a government so big that the nation, I say cunt by accident, that the nation is the state. Oh, that's the map and the territory. That's the Borges story of the map and the territory. You'll know exactly what I mean. Check it out. I'll have to mute myself because I haven't got my cans in. And prepare to cringe. And I want you to think, oh, I know people like that. Still failing. Here we go. Hi. We're just going to make sure we've got audio. I nearly cringed myself off of my seat when I watched this.
Next into the den, it's 25-year-old Evie Waxman from Manchester, whose pitch combines what she believes are her two greatest assets, her product and herself.
Even the producers knew that was worth getting in. If you've got a business that relies on you, it's almost impossible to scale it. You can't franchise a business that relies on you because you're not there. You know, you need to be able to delegate from day one. You need to be able to start oofing that work out. Her profits and her. Oh, you wait till it gets. This is the killer. Here we go.
I'm quite
Right, I know I've delayed this like a bastard, but I'm going to put my headphones in so that I can cringe alongside you. Sorry about that picture, but look at her already. Evie. Oh, I know, Matt. Matt, that's a great comment. I mean, she's going into a business meeting. She's about to ask people for hundreds of thousands of pounds. I mean, you know, I don't know what they told you down at the fucking University Socialist Club, but business is business. It's barely changed in terms of its human element for like 200 years. Turning up dressed like you're going to fucking play in the sandpit. And our spoiler alert, because we can't watch the whole thing. Of course, she doesn't get any money. No one wants to be anywhere near her. Dressed for success. I'll take it back a bit for context and an audio check. Let me know you've got an audio check ready. Zen says she'd look good with exactly. I'm so glad you're all seeing this, John. I'm out. Hayden says I had an agency employing up to 10 people, backdoored it because it was all so dependent on me. I was never going to be able to scale, step away. There you go. You know, you need to. And the weird thing is, Hayden, one of the reasons most businesses fail, and mine would have done unless people had. I was lucky to get the advice because they think they're essential. Now sometimes they are, but in Felix Dennis' book, he says the thing you think that only you can do is the first thing you delegate out, because it's not only you that can do it. Yes, it might not be as good as you, but that's just life. You can't be that important because it puts a very weak link into the whole business. Here we go. Andy Pandy. Emery. Hello, Emery's. Pink dungarees, fake glasses, choker, adult child. I'm so glad you're all seeing this. Someone asked if we could see the angry feminist one. Grego, yeah, I'll dig that out. Vacuity personified. But all of that outfit is another sign of her arrogance. Yeah, I may look a bit wacky. I might be a little bit zany, but when it comes down to it, I'm me and you're not. Okay, let's do this. Oh, no. Anyway, prepare for the cringe. I've taken it back a bit. Let me know we've got audio. Hang on. So did you hear that again? Her product and herself. Hammerhead says she hasn't even opened her mouth yet. I know, and yet every comment has been absolutely on the money. Jer says, I'd rather have herpes than give her a dime. Fire from Cro-Magnon. Yeah, she's wacky though. No audio. Oh. It was worth a check. Okay. Nice one, RMF. Nice to see you, mate. I didn't realise you were here. Maybe you just rocked up. Right, here, I'll take it back a bit because it's funny hearing that again and again and again. Here we go.
She believes are her two greatest assets, her product and herself.
There you go. Her product and herself. Yeah, but Matt, I get that, but it's only to so that they can. It's the sensual pleasure of a bit of reality. We had the audio, yeah. Oh no, would tap, yeah, but for that's very different from giving her any money for business. Wouldn't pay to tap, I'll tell you that. Could you hear it? Stop telling me about whether you'd smash her. Good Lord. Anglo wouldn't. Interesting. I wouldn't choose to, but if I was like, thank you, Little Red, thank you, Nick. If I was like 20 pints down and there was nothing else in a 10-mile radius. Anyway, here we go. Yes, then. Yeah, she's not gonna let you go forever. Anyway, check it out and be disgusted. She's going to tell you a little bit about herself now.
I'm quite a stand-up person. I would say I'm more of an extrovert than an introvert, without blowing.
Yeah, when you're an extrovert, you don't tell people because you're kind of embarrassed about it because it's the same as being an introvert. It's a social problem you have. But when you want to be one because you associate it with being gregarious, help us out, Lumi. Anyway, we'll have more of that because it's disgusting.
Two greatest assets, her product and herself.
I'm quite a stand-up person. I would say I'm more of an extrovert than an introvert, without blowing my own trumpet too much. Like, I have got the personality. I'm very driven. Adding a personality on top of a very good product is obviously like a win-win situation.
No, you're absolutely right. If she manages to mature, she'll be talking to lawyers about getting this. Thank you, it's a duck. Thank you very much, gregarious. That's what I was after. A Prushikaku. Exactly that. Yeah, driven. What does driven mean? I'm very driven. And that drag on it as well. I'm very driven. All right. Anyway, it gets worse.
Hello, beautiful.
Was it chocolate?
Is it chocolate?
Looks it.
And this millennial knows exactly how she wants to market her product.
An incredible amount of the nerves kick in very quickly.
I'm at that age where, obviously social media is massive. This rise of sort of social media influencers. So, getting in the mix of that, being the face of the brand, being sort of like a health icon.
200 Instagram followers.
Is sort of where we want to get to.
Could do with a nice snack.
Looks like it might be dried fruit. Dates?
Looks like something.
I absolutely adore Peter Jones. Shocked and embarrassed for her.
Hello, dragons. My name is Evie Waxman, founder of Raw Bake Station.
I want hundreds of thousands of pounds off you and a business opportunity, and I'm going to talk to you like your children.
We are an all raw and vegan snack bar company specialising in sweet treats. Today, I'm here to ask for £50,000 worth of investment for 10% of my company. I founded Raw Bake Station 3 years ago.
I'm just trying to think how much marketing you're getting for 50 grand when you're going to be competing with... anyway, let's not go down there.
Starting in my mum's kitchen to her enjoyment, selling unbranded and unpackaged goodies to local juice bars and on market stores. We are now selling across the UK using 2 national wholesalers, and we are listed in a number of boutique supermarkets such as Planet Organic and As Nature Intended. On top of all of this, we are also in active conversation with...
I love the way she keeps saying we. It's just you. It's just you making crappy vegan food in your kitchen.
WH Smith, Boots and the Co-op. All of our products are free from...
Did you see Tej then? Just thinking, oh, unconvincing.
gluten, dairy, wheat and refined sugar.
Right, you get the idea. Susan will yeet me if I just go through this. I just want to see the bit where she... I don't exactly know where it is, where she starts getting caught out a bit. It's quite funny.
Seeing how many brands are emerging at the moment, I think you can tell that it's a growing market. But I don't have any actual stats.
Let's have a look at that bit from the beginning. Right, so I think this is the first actual business question. Check it.
Business.
Evie, I'm quite impressed with what you've done.
Thank you.
You come across really well, great presentation, and
That's not what your expression told me.
putting the right ingredients in there, without all the artificial colorings and preservatives. Can you tell me a bit about the raw bake arena?
Okay, so obviously, first of all, nothing's baked, hence the raw thing. For instance, with our brownies, we mix, blend.
Can I just remind you there that the company's called Raw Baked. Nothing's baked. Raw baked. Oh, okay. Okay. But check her out, Stumble here. It's brilliant. Matt, you are awarded $0. Matthew says, this is what uni does. Baz says, looks like a cartoon. Andrew, I must admit, she does have a touch of a tash on the go there. There you go. Hang on. Emrys nails it. It's going great, but I can't prove it. Yes, and yes, Grego. No actual stats, but all my friends say they're super yummy. Oh, you're all so right.
Press and set, and then cut. So there's no cooking process.
Right.
How big is the raw food market at the moment in terms of desserts?
Right, knowing the size of your market when trying to get an investment is this is as basic as it gets. Hi, I want you to invest in my business. I want X amount of dollars. Okay, what's the size of the business? What's the scalability of this? Dunno. Okay. So how much you're after? Like a tenner? So it's a very, this is so basic, and it's not. And don't get me wrong, it's not easy to work out. I mean, think about it. Think about business. Let's I'm trying to think of something. Gym clothing. How do you do it? Well, there's ways. Like in England, if I was going to set a business up making clothing for the gym, just standard gym clothes, what you do is find all the major brands. You go to company's house. You'll check out their end of year returns. You'll check out their revenue. You'd add all that. You'd be able to get some kind of idea. You'd also be able to find other people who've written articles and said, oh, the UK sportswear industry is estimated at X billion or whatever. It's not necessarily easy, but you can do it. And you need to. You need to if you're asking for money, because otherwise what are you selling? What is it? Oh, well, vegan's quite popular. I saw it the other day on the television. Check her out.
How big is the raw food market at the moment in terms of desserts?
I mean, I think from seeing how many brands are emerging at the moment, I think you can tell that it's a growing market. I don't have any actual stats.
Right. And have you spoken to some of the large supermarket chains?
Did you see her face change? This is the beauty of the reality behind the millennial. Reality will always come and get you. It doesn't matter how many participation medals you've won in your life. It always comes and gets you. And that was her moment when she just thought, oh, I'm just playing. These are real business people. I'm just a joke now. This is just a game for me. You could see it in her face. Let's just see if we can get back there. Hang on. You see her little boat just for a split second, like a micro expression. Check it.
I think from seeing how many brands are emerging at the moment, I think you can tell that it's a growing market. But I don't have any actual stats.
Right. And
there it is. There's the face of someone who's just realised the difference between what they think they're doing and what's actually happening.
have you spoken to some of the large supermarket chains?
I've been speaking with Waitrose. I've been speaking with Sainsbury's.
What has been the result of the conversation with Waitrose, for instance?
They picked up on the calories of these products and said that it wasn't something that they would want to put in their...
Hello, Chona. So he says, have you spoken to any of them? Oh, yeah, spoken to Waitrose. She didn't expect him then to say, and what have they said? Because they said, fuck me, it's 70% sugar. Right, we'll just move it on to the sugar bit because it's awesome. Nice one. Oh, what have we got today? Rattling Pebble Dash. Nice one on the Lady Godiva Rattling Pebble Dasher. Machano Caprasha Cuckoo. Nice to see you as well. So big girl Sarah, or it might be Sarah, she's not too happy about the sugar. Check out the millennials' answer.
But then I turned over and saw how many calories in a hand.
Hang on. I've overdone it.
What has been the result of the conversation with Waitrose?
Hang on.
want to put in their fridges at the moment.
I do eat a lot of treats. And actually, I could have sat and eaten them all.
Thank you.
But then I turned over and saw how many calories in. I had an absolute fit and stopped eating them.
Yeah. This range is more of an indulgent range. It was never meant to be a health range. It was just healthy in the respect that it was free from chemicals, preservatives and additives, which is why we went in with the raw aspect of stuff. But on new products, the cookies that you've got, their calories are going to be lower. They're going to be on average 175 per pack. So we have worked on that as we've sort of grown.
Right. And I think that's something you'll have to keep working on.
I love it. I think that's something you'll have to keep working on. Look at this geezer made billions in vitamins He knows that market. He knows that no one's selling these things. You know, the people, it's just bollocks, man. Anyway, let's get to the bit where it all starts falling apart and she has to strop off. Again, I'd rather show you more of it because it's hilarious, but I'm probably going to get a block now anyway.
Evie, I'll tell you where I stand. I think you're great.
Thank you.
I think you've got so much enthusiasm, but my biggest concern is what I brought up. You've got this projection of £300,000 for next year. I don't believe that you will have sufficient working capital to fund it. You'll need
She looks so nervous because she doesn't know what working capital is.
money really quickly. And again and again. I wish you all the best, but I'm out.
But fuck off. Right, next.
Convinced about Evie's optimistic decline to add.
You know, I think you're going to make it. But I'd have liked to hear better feedback from the supermarkets.
Sorry to interrupt, but Boots were really interested in
If you're sorry to interrupt, don't do it.
this range. They said they've got nothing like this at the moment.
Did you check out the silence? Boots were really interested in this range. They got nothing like it at the moment. And they're all thinking, so, but no, there's nothing else. What that means is that she is so full of herself. She wrote to Boots, got the standard reply, "Hi, we're always interested in new and young entrepreneurs, and your products certainly appeal to us. We've got nothing like this at the moment, but we've got our stock for 220 through to 225. Get back to us later." And in her head, Boots love me, but that's all she had to offer. Boots said they've got nothing like it. I wonder why Boots have got nothing like it. I wonder whether High Street Shop Boots has got a big vegan clientele.
Like this, and I can see where you're going with the product. You're trying to build a brand at this stage and an image.
Meaden hates her. Meaden absolutely despises it.
But I think you need to have one product that people really love and it can really go and it's got legs.
Not these bars of poo you're trying to sell. Let's see what Meaden's got to say to her.
Her cookies hit a sweet spot with Deborah Meaden. Will she find an investment as palatable?
Little bags of poo. Vegan sweets are disgusting. They really are. What you want dairy in them? This is brilliant.
Palatable.
I mean, I don't want people to suffer. I don't want people to suffer. But she went in so bolshy. She went in, you know, this is about me. I'm excellent. I'm brilliant. I've got everything going on. I'm excellent. I'm wonderful. I can even turn up in my fucking pink dungarees. I mean, I don't see any of them elsewhere, any of the others in this business meeting wearing pink dungarees. And reality is hitting her hard. And this is what's going to happen to all kids. All young people that have grown up in the current social, cultural, political conditions that they have grown up. Once they leave school, once they leave their safe spaces, once they leave university, sorry, darling, reality is fucking hard. Reality is a tough game. That money you're after, that money and that easy life you're after, there's plenty of other people after it, and they've got a little bit more up here. They've done a little bit more work, a little bit more study than you just thinking, oh, I'll make some sweets because it's me. Look at me. I'm more extrovert than I am introvert. Want to buy a vegan cookie? Take them down to the festivals and see if you can get 50p each for them. You know, you might be able to leave Glastonbury with 20 quid in your back pocket.
So, Evie, I think you're cracking.
Thank you.
Not that much.
This is really hard because you've come in fully formed on this and you're really
I know.
Not fully formed on the thing that actually I think is probably the most interesting thing you've got.
I agree with you, that is our winning product, I think. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the packaging or anything ready for today's date, but they look really fun.
That's an absolute lie. They tell you about a year in advance that you're going on this program. Hello, Tristan.
Fantastic.
I'm sure they do, Evie, but it's a bit difficult for me to make an investment decision based on something that is so unformed. I mean, literally, I'm looking at...
They're being so nice to her. They're not nice to people like this. There's something very interesting here. When you approach adults like a child, like an adult child, they talk to you like an adult child. I mean, for any of you that have seen Dragon's Den, I'm sure it's quite a lot of you, they're not like this with other people. They're fucking brutal. But they know they can't. They've all said the same. I think you're wonderful. Oh, aren't you lovely? That's how you talk to children. Not people who want you to give them money and work with them. And that is a self-fulfilling kind of situation. She will not get a chance to mature because no one dares upset her. Reality will, and she won't be prepared for that. And she'll be on Prozac and fuck knows what in about 6 months while she's still shitting out her vegan treats. But, you know, three of them so far have said, I think you're cracking. I think you're wonderful. Well, why haven't you given her any money and got on board with her then? Because you actually think she's fucking annoying and gross is the truth. But they don't want to upset the little girl.
2 little buttons in a package, and how do I judge a business on that? I haven't even got the look of the brand. Unfortunately, your presentation here today hasn't given me an insight into what an investment could do. Good luck.
Which is what you'd expect from an 8-year-old school kid.
I'm out.
All right, thank you very much.
Good luck.
CV.
That's everyone. Everyone said bye.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Unable to secure an investment.
And that is an absolute shocker because she would have told every single person on her social media, hi, I'm going on Dragon's Den on Sunday. Watch out for me and Deborah Mead and me and Peter Jones. She, you know, that artificial self-confidence built on a castle of sand. And she's probably walked out there and cried herself to suicide.
In her snacks, it's time for Evie to make tracks.
Yeah, unfortunately, I should have brought some branding in for the new products.
Yeah, that was the problem.
You know, that's something sort of like to highlight potentially for next time.
Product's awful.
Product's awful. Peter Jones is brilliant.
You know, that's something sort of like to highlight potentially for
next time. What, when you become an adult, when you grow up?
Product's awful.
I really like it.
Yeah, I was really shocked that Peter had said that. Just because we've had really good feedback.
And what, from your mates?
Any entrepreneur that says fake it till you make it, I didn't know what to believe.
No, but I liked the fact.
Like she hustled, she got into the door.
She got into the door, she got into Planet Organic.
Obviously, naturally feeling a bit disappointed, but no, I feel really positive walking away. I think it was a pleasant experience with really positive comments. So.
And there you go. And there you go. Learned nothing. That was a really pleasant experience with some really, pleasant, no, you failed. You failed. Didn't work. You didn't get investment. You had 5 people. Can you imagine? Imagine what, Dragon's Den, yes, it's television, yeah? But out of all the programs, there is an element of reality there. These are actual real life investors. And they like investing in small businesses because it can be, very financially rewarding. And they do. And they have done over the years. They've made millions out of this. You go and search online and see how much of the likes of Mead and Jones. That's why they keep turning up on it year after year. The other ones, they keep swapping. But Mead and Jones have made bucks out of this program. And, It's, you know, what for a young entrepreneur to be able to go and stand in front of 5 investors and present your product to them it's a dream come true. Check this out. I had a mate, right? We fell out in the end over someone else. Another mate stopped talking to me, so he stopped talking to me, even though me and him were talking. It was really weird. But he was on here once. He invented this thing called the spa tap. It was a balloon that you squeeze and it pisses water out. And you attach it to an upside down bottle and you squeeze it. And it's like for having showers at festivals and things. And then he said, who has a shower at a fucking festival? Anything liquid's going down my throat. And there were more chance of having a vodka shower. And then at one point he said there's also a big market in developing sort of third world countries where they haven't got, you know, sanitation and clean water. So outside of toilets, they can just get a bottle, put the spa tap on it, and then when they come out the toilet, they can wash their hands, you know, and use that. And Peter Jones went to him, hang on a minute, is that your biggest potential market? And so I've known this bloke for like 30 years, and I didn't know he was on it. I was just watching it one day, and I went, no shit. Got on WhatsApp, told everyone, beep, is on fucking Dragon's Den now. And Peter Jones went, yeah, but hang on. They go into the toilet, they wipe their ass or whatever. He didn't say that. He went, they come out and squeeze it, thus contaminating it with real poo. And they get that on their hands, wash their hands, walk away. Next person comes out with their hand on it, real poo, and the previous real poo. Now it's got 2 lots of real poo on it. Now another 1, 2, 3, 4. After about a day, it's going to be a big poo balloon with like liquid shit coming out of it. And he said, and Peter Jones said that to him. He said, your idea doesn't work. Right? Now, I shit you not. At the end of the show, when they do that little bit afterwards, all right, this is going to blow your minds. I might even have a look for it. This is absolute gospel. At the end of the show, he went, this is someone I know. He went, they don't know what they're talking about. Next year, I'll be a millionaire. I'm going to have a look for it. He actually said he'd done the old Del Trotter, Rodney. Next year, I'll be a millionaire. He didn't say it like as a pastiche of Del Trotter. He was like, they don't know what they're talking about. Next year, I'll be a millionaire. I wonder if I can find it, but it might be part of a, I don't think it was interesting enough to be like on its own. Although on his website, I think he says, as seen on Dragon's Den. Just hopefully don't watch it. I told him I'd help him develop it, right? And I said, so where are you getting these made? China? And it's a little bit of plastic. It's like a condom. He went, no, an Australian company make them for me. And I was like, why'd you get it made in Australia? He went, no, they're made in China, but the Australian company make them for me. But I had to pay them 50 grand for the machining. I was like, how much? I said, for 50 grand, you should have got about 20 million of those things. And he was like, yeah, I've always thought that. Yeah, look, here's the product. I'm not, just to show I'm not making this up. It would appear the website has been renewed. Look, there it is. Look, SparTap. You can see the real poo problem, though, can't you? Look at that. Nylon cord, water bottle. That's actually, I mean, sex aid. Look at this. They've even got the coof involved. Incredible. In fairness, he has upgraded the... all right. I don't think there's any mention of Dragon's Den. I mean, he only wants $24.95 for one of them. Give me a 1 in the chat if you'd pay fucking For 25 quid, if you were at a festival, you could get a taxi to a fucking hotel and go, can I have a shower? Oh no, Andrew, they've done that as well. Oh, what, that other bird we just looked at? I think his does as well, but this is a new website, and I have to say it's better than the last one. But I doubt there'll be a link to Dragon's Den because he got an absolute smashing. Nice bloke actually, but it's a shame he fell out, which is why I'm quite happy to give him a little slap now. I mean, it's a butt plug on a bit of string, really. No, let me just see once more if I can find it. Oh, an actual donation. How wonderful. It's the Rattling Pebble Dasher. Nice one, mate. In fairness, what about poo on a toilet tap? It's exactly the same. Yes, it is, but there's soap at work, isn't there? But I think the point was he's not solving the problem. That's the thing. Why sell them that? Why don't they just get the bottle, water on one hand, put the bottle down, and then wash your hands, and then don't pick the bottle back up again? See the difference? So you've got real poo on both hands. Pick the bottle up. There's now real poo on the bottle. Water in your hand. Don't touch the bottle again. Whereas with that, you're getting real poo on it. So I think that was the issue. You're not solving the problem. You're making it. What a shame I can't find it. I don't think it made it to its own sort of edition. It's part of on a whole show. Yeah, nah. Oh, hang on. 7 more. We might be in luck. No, it's not there. Although when talking to him, I mean, I wasn't surprised at this. When speaking to him, thank you. What was it today? Peanut Poo Pusher or something? Rattling Pebble Dasher. He did say to me, and not something I was surprised at either. He said, fuck that Dragon's Den. He said, they keep you there for about 3 hours. They keep you waiting for hours beforehand to wear you out, make you nervous. And then you're up there for 3 hours and they cut. And of course they do, because this is television. Matt was talking about that earlier. And they cut it down to 15 minutes of you looking like a mug. Yeah, I spoke to him the other day. I spoke to Devon just the other day. I'll see if I can get him on. Nothing from the vape people yet, which is a terrible shame. Is he a millionaire, though? Are you sure? Oh, amazing. Amazing. Look at the scrubs. Like, incredible. Incredible. How the fuck did you find that? Official MC tunes. You new in these parts, mate. Nice to see you. You might be dust junkies. The rest of us around here are just, well, not dusty, put it like that. I've been to festivals. There's things in them toilets that can never be unseen. Yeah, and most of the time you're looking at them on acid as well, which don't help. Yeah, it's disgusting. I was convinced I saw a bloke down in that thing once with all those spikes. It looked like something out of Saw. Nice to have you here, though. Right, let's get back to this. Nice one, Steve. Nice one, RMF. Right. Dragons. Then Series 14. E04. It's weird because you never know. Series 14 E04. Right, now I'll just have to zoom through it and find our little fella. That looks like him. Right, I've known this geezer since I was at school, right? You'll notice the similar accent. And he's a nice bloke, actually. I'm a bit gutted we fell out over something stupid. I quite like him. he used to be quite the womanizer, like as I was when we were young, and we sort of had that in common. But after we fell out over nothing, I was a bit disappointed. So here we go. Good find, Steve. Let's have a look at this. I'll probably get yeeted soon because this is far too much of the den. Nice one, Steve, for finding that. Lord knows how you managed it. You have better searching skills than I. Right, let me know you've got audio. Did you have audio? Did you hear the little intro music? Yeah, in fairness, he had a fair amount before he started. He's inherited wealth, so to speak. Is that a yes? Zen says he's got a million butt plugs for sale. Right, here we go then. So we'll watch the beginning, but it's actually quite boring, but I just want you to see him say I'll be a millionaire next year. I mean, surely he knows that's a cliche from Only Fools and Horses. Well, I can assure you when I offered him some help to help remake it, get those Australian people who are robbing him off his back, after talking to him for about an hour, I said, Stu, I think you've given up on this, mate. And he went, yeah, I'm sick of it. And there you go. There you go. I'm a little bit disappointed. I actually like Stuart, and it's made me feel a little bit shit that we fell out. You know, he rang me up once and he said to me, I play the crack diaries to my kids. And he said, I think a lot of your drug stories should be played in schools. And he said to me once, he said, you're my hero, you are. He said, you come from nothing and you built up a business. He said, you know, I've had an helping hand and I still haven't managed to achieve much. And he's a nice bloke. He is a nice bloke. He's a bit of a hippie. But that saddened me actually watching that. It's a shame that we fell out. I've got an email from a vape, people. Fucking hell, man. I don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't look like good news. All right, people, we've hit an hour and 40. I've got to shoot. I will be streaming later today, though. Grego donated. The grift's been fucking shocking. But that's all right. End of the month, innit? Everyone's skin, me included. Thanks for hanging about. Grego said this, I think, referring to that first young lady, that first adult child. Pink dungarees, horrible vegan biscuits, now stocked in over 500 co-op stores, according to Raw Bake Station Instagram. Yeah, the co-op, yeah. Probably being sold at about a profit margin of about 11%. Nice one, Grego. The show is going to start in a minute. I think I'm going to email young Stuart. That's my job for the day. Bish, bang, bosh. I'd like to thank the 5 people who donated. I'd like to thank all of you lot for keeping busy. I'd like to thank Rags and Steve Cray and Moslab for looking after the place. I'd like to thank you lot for engaging in what was a particularly strange stream this morning. But, you know, it's Friday. Let's just lighten up a bit. We will be having a stream later, almost certainly. I can't say what time at the moment because I want to get that story finished. Lizard Jane. It should be good. We'll go out with this absolute classic. So yeah, keep an eye on my Telegram, keep an eye on your YouTube, I don't even know what they're called, notifications that no one gets. And I'll see you later today. And ta-ta, enjoy, bless you, au revoir. Let me know you got audio. Boom. Next time, Grego, for sure. Remind me.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on on, I've taken all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse, and the world will watch you drown. Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed. A woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made. She says warriors don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad, but at least they have a cause. I struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
We will be at some point, Steve.
On the riverbed.
Chrissy! Thank you, Chrissy. As I said to RMF, it is, but he was selling it, if you watch the whole thing, as a solution to that.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head
All right, you lovely bastards. I'll see you later. I don't know what time, but almost 100% I'll see you later. Hi.